Hey guys, TJ back here with a short, well hopefully short video on how exactly would a blind person play a video game in the first place. Now, we have mobile games which are accessible with the screen readers we use on our phones, things like TalkBack and VoiceOver and whatever else. Now, for those who are wondering, you can enable TalkBack or VoiceOver on your Google or Android phone, which is TalkBack, or VoiceOver, which is Apple. You can enable them, just tell Siri or tell Google turn it on, tell Siri do Google turn it off, or just go to settings, and anyway, so you guys can figure it out. Now what I want to explain is this. Basic ways for someone who's blind to play a game would be this. One, the game first of all has to have a good enough sound to be able to discern whether you are inside a building, outside in a clear open space, which direction certain objects and things you need to interact with are in, and whatever. Now, Black Ops 3 is a great example of this because you have various little background noises like technology moving around, birds, water, trees, whatever, right? Like depending on the map, you have waterfalls, you have the mud you're running around on one of the maps. I don't know what the map's called, but there's various things, very well, how do I word this? Very good sound indicators for where you're going, what's around you, and various things like that. Now, that's one of the easiest things to do is get in a game and you can tell what's around you. Now, to make sure you're going the right way towards what you need to go, one of the clearest examples in Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is quite simply the weapons sounds when people shoot at you or your teammates, or when they're running around with their footsteps being very loud. Now this makes it a lot. Awareness and Sixth Sense are two of the perks that you practically need. Okay, maybe not Sixth Sense, but awareness definitely if you're blind or visually impaired. You can hear the enemy footsteps a lot louder, plus different characters in Black Ops 3 have different voices, so if you memorize the voices, you can tell who's on your team, who's on the enemy team. You can get an idea of what the weapon or ability they are going to use against you, because the specialists have different weapons and abilities from the traditional guns you can use in Creative Class. Now, another big thing is obviously a good quality headset. I personally use a Turtle Beach Recon headset, and I don't use it for music, but I use it for gaming, obviously. And it allows me to be able to hear my enemy's footsteps and where they are at on the around me or whatever. And obviously because I can't see. Now, most of my subs know that. I'm just letting you know if whoever finds this video through recommended feeds or whatever. Now, another thing that helps, that's not in game, but it's not like you're actively playing, but like setting it up, are clear auditory cues for menus. Now, I'm gonna mute my mic. Take a listen real quick.
Who needs disappearing?
I'll take the job. Pray we never have cause to meet again.
As you guys can hear, there's very clear auditory indicators, and there's someone outside honking their horn. There's very clear auditory indicators for Creative Class. So now I'm going to go back to the main menu and try and explain this as best I can for those who are blind or visually impaired. They never have seen the menu layout for Black Ops 3, and now they're right, but I figured it out. So when you first boot up Black Ops, you're going to be at the main menu. You can hit any button, or more or less, except circle. And it's like, hey, hit up on the D-pad. That's what I do. So hit up. It'll put you right into it. Hit up again. Make sure you're at the very top. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, you have one. You have 6 options in total here. Make sure you're up at the very top. The very first one is going to be the campaign, the main story mode of the game, which I haven't played for Black Ops. I'm thinking about playing it for my channel, but let me know if you guys want to see that. So the next one's going to be multiplayer. So that's what I've been playing more and more. Then you have zombies. Okay, so yeah, those are the big 3. So if you go up and you count like 3 ticks, then you're past it. You make sure you only go 1 tick, 2 tick, 1 tick, 2 tick. So there. So let's go to multiplayer. So multiplayer, first off, you have your, I don't know exactly the correct wording, but I'm going to try and use my memory of past Call of Duty menus and try and explain it the best I can. So the first option is like your public match type of deal. So your public matches. So this is not ranked. These are not ranked games. They're just random, public matches. They're not competitive in any way. Next, I believe, is arena, which is supposed to be competitive. So you have public up top. Arena's next, one down. Next down is custom games, where you can play. You can use any gun in the game. You can use whatever you want in the game. It's all unlocked. Any specialist you want, everything is unlocked, and you can practice against bots. And that's what I do every day when I hop on. I play a match against bots to warm up. These other two things down here, I don't know what they are exactly. Let me hit X on one. No idea. I think it's options. And oh no. Okay, so you have your public, arena, custom, theater mode, which you can go back and listen, or if you have vision, watch your recent gameplays. And what I do is, this happens to me, if I get a good game and I don't record it, I go to theater mode immediately and record commentary over that, or just let the thing record on its own. And then next, I don't know what the last one is. I don't think it really matters a lot. So I'm at the top. Let's go 2 down, tick tick, and then go to custom games. Let's hit X. So you guys can hear the menu changes as well. So right now, that little sound is just me going to my right, because I'm pulling up I'm highlighting my name for whatever reason. So now you have start game, game settings, create a class, specialist. I think this one's kill streaks. And I don't know what these ones are. So let's go to game settings. So then you have your first option in there is map, mode, like more game settings, and then your bots. Let's put some bots on. Let's put some regular bots on. And 7 bots. So I hit X on bots, and then it puts me, the first option, I'm in free for all, so it doesn't have team bots or friendly bots, any bots, it just has bots. So I put 7 bots on, and they are on regular difficulty. They're not easy. So they have recruit, regular, hardened, veteran. I'm gonna go back to regular, so 1, 2, there we go. Hit circle to back out, hit circle again, and then, so now I'm gonna go to create a class real quick, and you have 5 classes. By default, when you prestige, you get another class, so you have up to 10, I think. I don't know how many. So this first option is custom 1, then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 down, 1, 2, 3, 4 up. So you have 5. Let's go to custom 1, and what I do is I hit square. That noise is me. It's deleting everything in the like the primary weapon slot, the secondary weapon slot, the lethal grenades, tactical grenades, whatever, so that I don't have anything in here, so I can just pick what I want. So I have nothing in this class. And you can hear this has different sounds. It's a grid. So you have in the top left of the grid, you have your primary assault, your primary weapons like assault rifle, light machine gun, sniper rifle, shotgun, submachine gun. Then one to the right is like your optical attachments, like red dot sight, thermal sight, things to help you aim. Then you have your attachments, one attachment, 2 attachment, and this is stuff like quick draw handle to aim down sights faster, rapid fire to shoot your gun faster, laser sight to help your hip fire when you're not aiming down sights. And then when you go left one, left another, then down one, that's another attachment you can put on at the cost of another like perk or something. And then to the right is another attachment, and like there's just you can have up to 5 attachments on one gun. So that's the little area right there. So then top left, we're back at primary, 1 down is secondary, same deal, optic, attachment. You can only have 2 on your secondary. So let's go back to the left, that's secondary. Then your lethals, this is like frag grenades, Semtex grenades or sticky grenades, incendiary grenades or fire grenades, C4s, mines, various things. So that's 2 down from the primary, so 1, 2. There you go, there's lethal. 1 to the right is tactical, and this is like things like concussion grenades, flashbang grenades, smoke screens, stuff like that. Then 1 more to the right. So again, 2 down, 2 to the right are your perk 1. So perks in Call of Duty basically allow you to have little bonuses, like maybe make things a bit easier, like hear enemy footsteps louder, react like scavenger helps you allows you to pick up ammo from dead enemies and stuff like that. So that's perk 1, perk 2, perk 3. And then, so I'm gonna go back to my left, all the way up again, count down, 1, 2, 3, and then it's one below lethal, and that's like your second lethal. So it means you can have lethal, like a frag grenade. You can put on a wild card that's I can't remember what it's called right now. I think it's like Grenadier, and you can have 2 lethal equipment. So you can have 2 C4s, 2 trip mines, 2 Semtex, whatever. And the same goes for the rest of the tactical, the perk 1, the perk 2, perk 3. You can have 6 perks, or you can have 4 grenades. Like there's a bunch of different kinds of combinations you can do. And then the very bottom row, which is three things, just 1, 2, 1, 2, are your wild cards. So things like perk 1 greed, which allows you to have 2 perk 1s, perk 2 greed, which allows you to have 2 perk 2s, 2 perk 3s, and you know, all those other things. So let's go to primaries. Let's get a class built here. So let's go with a solid weapon. Let's go for the KN40. So the first thing it puts you in is submachine guns. You have 1, which is the CUDA, then the VMP is 1 down, then the Weevil is the second click, third click is the Vesper, fourth is the Pharaoh, fifth is Razorback. Anything below the Razorback is DLC weapons, or RDLC weapons, which you can only get through the black market in the game. Then R1 will bring you to assault rifles, so you have KN44, XR2, HPK30, ICR1, Man of War, Shiva, M87, and then DLC weapons, which I have the FFAR. I'm gonna put that on actually. And then next is shotguns. You have your KRM, which is a classic pump action shotgun, the Brecky 262, which is a semi-automatic 2-shot shotgun. Then the Haymaker, which is a full auto one, just like the AA-12 from Call of Duty's past. Then you have the Argus slug shotgun. Like, it's not really a slug. Like, when you aim down sights, it's a slug, but when you hip fire, it's buckshot. It's really weird. So then R1 again brings you light machine guns, the BRM, which is a reliable light machine gun. It's always 3 or 4 shots, no more than that. Good fire rate, you know. Then you have the Dingo LMG, which is the lowest damage LMG in the game, but has a pretty good fire rate. Not as fast as the 48 Dredge, however. 48 Dredge is crazy fast. But the Dingo has the fastest reloading and mobility stats of all the light machine guns. Next one down is the Gorgon LMG, which is a 2-shot monster across the map. And you're slow, you're so slow with it. You're basically a turret. Then the 48 Dredge, which is the fastest. This is probably the strongest LMG, just because it's no real weaknesses, except for this. It's the slowest reloading one in the game. So then next are the snipers, which is R1 again. So you have your semi-auto one, which is the Draken. Then you have the Locust, which is a bolt action. Then you have the PO6, which is a 3-round burst sniper rifle. Then you have the SVG 100. Which is the slow bolt action one, the slower bolt action one, but has more damage than the Locust. So that's overall all the assault rifles, or all the weapons. So I mean, you guys can figure it out. Now I'm gonna go all the way to the FFAR. So I have this FFAR selected. Let's go to perk 3, put on awareness, scavenger, put on anti-up, and perk 2 greed. So I have 2 perk 2s. So right now, so let's see. Let me So I'm in primary right now, so I'm going 2 down, back to lethal, going 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. That's perk 3, hit X. It's going to put me in the top left of a 3x2 grid, so you have 3 horizontal, 2 vertical. So 1 down, 1 up, and then 2 right, 2 left. That's how it goes. Kind of picture that. Think of, if you're blind, think of braille buttons on its side. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sure you guys know what I mean. So now it's gonna put you on the perk called Gung Ho, basically meaning Gung Ho allows you to sprint and you can shoot your weapons while sprinting, which isn't really that useful except for shotguns. So we're gonna go 1, 2 to the right, hit X again. That's your awareness, which will increase volume of enemy footsteps. Now easiest for this is next one is scavenger. It's gonna put you in the top left of the grid. Just go 1 down, 2 to the right, the scavenger. And then for anti-up, which is the other one I use, you hit X on perk 2, go 1 to the right, and you have your anti-up, which takes less score basically to get your kill streaks. Then next one over to the left, so down 2, 2 to the right, so primary down 2 to lethal, 2 to the right to the 6 cents, or to perk 1, brings you to where you can put 6 cents on. Now you just when you hit X on perk 1, go right twice, you're at 6 cents. Now, I'm going to put a trip mine on here. So I'm going to go to primary, go down to lethal, go 2 to the right, there's trip mine. I'm going to go to secondary, which is 1 above lethal, and then put on the RK5, which is a burst pistol, which is crazy, it kills pretty quick. Now I have all my weapon, my class set up, no special attachments or nothing, just gonna run the thing raw, just run under the class raw. Now I'm gonna let you know right now, probably my favorite specialists are Spectre and Nomad, because Spectre has a Ripper, which I'll show you guys what it sounds like in game.
I am no stranger to death.
So that's his quote where you select him, and then Nomad is this one.
Contract accepted.
So I just selected Spectre again. So I have him, I have all my classes set up, I have all my stuff I want set up. So everything is set up. Now it's just time to start the match. And then so I'm back in the main thing. I'm not in create a class or anything. So best way to tell if you're in the main thing is hit right on the D-pad. You can hear the sound that you're going over to your name. So I'm gonna go back to my left, hit X, and 10 seconds. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the commentary, and if you have anybody who is blind or visually impaired and who wants to learn how to play Call of Duty Black Ops 3 on the PlayStation 4, this is PlayStation 4 by the way, and this is not Xbox. So if anybody has someone who's visually impaired or anybody with a disability really, like, they have settings for the disabled to be able to use the console. Start up your PlayStation 4 and you're in the home screen. Go up to your function screen where you can interact with party messages, notifications, all that crap. Go all the way to your right, then 1 to the left. You'll be hitting your settings, obviously most people know that. Then go to accessibility, and then all those settings are for the disabled. So if you have anyone who is disabled, whether it be visual or maybe auditory disability or muscular or something, anything, just let them know about those settings. Like I use text-to-speech personally. So that guy was Ruin, and he got a kill with the SVG 100, which is the big boy sniper rifle, like I said, the heavy hitter. So now I'm gonna walk it around a little bit. I'm gonna throw a trip mine. Oh wait. See, as you guys heard those 2 thuds, I got 2 hit markers on the guy, which you need 4 to kill with the FFAR. And I was wrong as to what I put on my class. I put on an EMP grenade, not the trip mine.
Spotter killed.
So as you guys heard, Spectre even said spotter killed, meaning I killed one of the so you guys heard the little sound for the Ripper being charged up. And then you guys can hear the metals popping up as I get kills as well. You guys can hear the Ripper locking onto the target. Well, that's what I'm saying is if you are blind and want to try playing games, you need to have a good quality headset. You can't just rock earbuds. You need to spend a bit of cash. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I'm gonna mute my mic so you guys can hear the audio a bit better.
Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Be advised, hostile UAV incoming.
Clean kill.
Cleaner killed.
Should have stayed close, man.
Close kill.
EKIA. EKIA.
Hostile UAV spotted.
down.
Incoming.
KIA.
Threat neutralized.
Spectre KIA. Spectre down.
Operation compromised. Going underground.
One shot, one kill. Won't even hear it coming.